approximately close to 1 in every 2 students in middle school alone experience some form of sexual harassment in school, which is higher than even the all too high amount of sexual harassment that happens in higher education. So Title IX is a law that prohibits discrimination on the basis of sex in education. It's a very broadly written law, and so it covers lots of different forms of sex discrimination in education and protects students, employers, and others who are in education against sex discrimination. It affects students in multiple different ways. It ensures equality of funding, for example, in sports programs. So you can't put all funding into a beautiful baseball stadium for the men's baseball team and have a falling apart women's softball team, as an example. Other ways it protects students is it prohibits sexual harassment in education. That's a form of sex discrimination. So it requires schools, including universities, K-12 public schools, to intervene when they know that sex discrimination or sexual harassment is happening in school and protect students against it. One way it's been effective is the Supreme Court interpreted Title IX to protect, as I said, against sexual harassment. So it recognized sexual harassment as a form of sex discrimination. So that's a way it was really effective in terms of laying out a rule that could protect students and employees in education. It's also been ineffective in its protections against sexual harassment. Courts have interpreted the Supreme Court decision in ways that limit students' protections, and so they get less out of it should be a broadly protective law. So the article that I'm working on that I really just pretty much done with now is it's called The Two Title IXs, argues that the lower federal courts have interpreted Title IX to provide and applied it to provide more protection to students in higher education than students in the K-12 public schools, even though neither the Supreme Court nor Title IX itself, the statute, distinguishes between K-12 public school students and higher education students. And that's counterintuitive, particularly not only because there are no distinctions in the law, in the Title IX law, but also because students in the K-12 public schools experience more sexual harassment than students in higher education. I hope the future of Title IX moves in the direction that it continues to provide or provides more protection for all students, and that courts start to interpret it in keeping with its protective purpose.